This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 28. But he will crush everyone who sins and rebels against him. He will kill everyone who forsakes him. I like to give all praises and glory to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz on the set once again. It's about the same time, okay? It's about that time. He will destroy everyone that forsakes him. Who? Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, okay? So if you forsake Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, you will be destroyed on this side, okay? That's what this thing's about, okay? You're not going to get a pass, okay? If you forsake Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, you will be destroyed. Let's get it. The book of Second Chronicles, we'll start at verse 2, chapter 15, verse 2. And he called to me King Asa. He called out, listen to me, King Asa, and all you people of Judah and Benjamin. Yahweh is with you as long as you are with him. If you look for him, he will let you find him. But if you turn away, he will abandon you. For a long time, Israel lived without the true power, without a priest to teach them, and without the law. Okay, so if you forsake Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, he will forsake you. Okay, so that's why we have to seek Yahweh, Yahweh Shai while we still can, while the doors of mercy are still open. Okay, that's what this thing's about. Okay, you don't let yourself be killed when this thing goes down. Okay, this what we talk about, the second death. Okay, the destruction made by fire. Okay, that's what this thing's about. What was the first death? It was the flood. Okay, the deluge. Now what is this death? This thermonuclear destruction going to hit America, making it totally desolate. The book of Second Peter chapter 3, verse 7. Second Peter chapter 3, verse 7. Let's see what that has to say. But the heavens that are and the earth that now exists are being preserved by the same commands of power in order to be destroyed by fire. They are being kept for the day when godless people will be judged and destroyed. Okay, so if you don't want to be destroyed with thermal fire, okay, and if you don't want to be destroyed, you have to come back to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai while you still can, while the doors of mercy are still open, okay? You don't have much more time, okay? Time is critical. You have to come back to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and you have to take your posture and kiss the Son, lest he be angry with you. Let's get it. The book of Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 10. Now listen to this warning, you kings. Learn this lesson, you rulers of the world. Serve Yahweh with fear, tremble, and bow down to him, or else his anger will be quickly aroused and you will suddenly die. Happy are all the ones who go to him for protection, okay? So seek Yahweh Shai, okay, while the doors of mercy are still open, okay? Don't let yourself be killed when this thing goes down. Why die? Okay? Why die? Why get put to death violently? Okay, when this thing goes down, okay? If you could save your life, would not you? We'll start at verse 3. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 3. Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity that trouble thee, that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said Yahweh, I will bring plague upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay, so that's what this thing's about. Okay, if you get put to death violently, you're gonna have to come back in a reincarnation. Okay, that's if you're an Israelite. Okay, that's if you're an Israelite, okay? If you're an Israelite, you have to be involved. That's only being in the ballpark, okay? If you're an Israelite, okay? The book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 12. So then, dear friends, as you always obeyed me and I was with you, it is even more important that you obey me while I am away from you. Keep working with fear and trembling to complete your salvation. Okay, so you have to serve Yahweh Shai with fear and trembling. Okay, that's what this thing's about. Serve Yahweh Shai with fear and trembling. Okay, so you can make it out of here with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, don't let yourself be killed when this thing goes down. Why should you die? Okay, violently and get put down violently, and you could come back. You got to seek Yahweh Shai while you still can, while the doors of mercy are still open. Okay, that's what this thing's about. Okay, one moment. The book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 10. They will hide in caves in the rocky hills or dig holes in the ground, trying to escape from Yahweh's anger and to hide from his power and glory. A day is coming when human pride will be ended and human arrogance destroyed. Then Yahweh alone will be exalted. On that day, Yahweh Almighty, will humble everyone who is proud and conceited. Okay, so it's going to come a day where Yahweh Shai is going to humble the proud. Okay, mainly the so-called white man. Okay, the so-called white man is going to be destroyed. Okay, so why should you die? Okay, why should you get put to death violently? Okay, and there's a way out of it. Okay, that's what this thing's about. The book of Isaiah chapter 2 verse 17. Human pride will be ended and human arrogance will be destroyed. Idols will completely disappear and Yahweh alone will be exalted in that day. People will hide in caves and the rocky hills or dig holes in the ground to try to escape from Yahweh's anger and to hide from his power and glory when he comes to shake the earth. When that day comes, they will throw away the gold and silver idols that they made and abandon them to the moles and to the bats. When Yahweh comes to shake the earth, people will hide in holes and crevices in the rocky hills to try to escape from his anger and to hide from his power and glory. Okay, so see, that's what this thing is first and foremost is predicated on. Okay, seeking Yahweh Shai while you still can. Okay, the time is limited. Okay, the wicked need to forsake their ways. Okay, and they're abandoning their sinful lifestyle and come back to Yahweh Shai while they still can. Okay, while the doors of mercy are still open. Okay. The book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 6. Turn to Yahweh and pray to him now that he is near. Let the wicked leave their way of life and change their way of thinking. Let them turn to Yahweh, our power. He is merciful and quick to forgive. Okay, so the wicked needs to forsake their lifestyle and their plans, okay, and come back into the name of Yahweh Shai, okay? That's what this thing's about. The book of Yoel, we'll start at verse 12. The book of Yoel, chapter 2, verse 12. But even now, says Yahweh, repent sincerely and return to me with fasting and weeping and mourning. Let your broken heart show your sorrow. Tearing your clothes is not enough. Come back to Yahweh, your power. He is kind and full of mercy. He is patient and keeps his promise. He always is ready to forgive and not punish, okay? So Yahweh Shai is a God, okay, that basically relents from punishment. He'll give you a chance, okay? But if you don't come back to Yahweh Shai, you will be destroyed. Okay, one moment. The book of Hosea, chapter 3, verse 3. I told her that for a long time she would have to wait for me without being a prostitute or committing adultery. And during this time, I will wait for her. And just this way, the people of Israel will have to live a long time without a king or leader, without sacred sacrifices or sacred stone pillars, without idols or image to be used for divination. But the time will come when the people of Israel will once again turn to Yahweh, their power, and a descendant of David, their king. Then they will fear Yahweh and will receive his good gifts. Okay? That's what this thing's about. Okay? That's what this thing is all about. The book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. The angel wearing linen clothes said to me, the great angel Michael, who guards your people and appears. Then there shall be a time of trouble, the worst since nations came into existence. When that time comes, all the people of your nations whose names are written in power's book will be saved, okay? And like we established and discussed, it's only going to be a little bit of people to make it out of here with their life, okay? And if you want to make it out of here with your life, you have to come back to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, okay? So while the doors of mercy are still open, okay? That's what this thing's all about, okay? Like we discussed on multiple occasions, why would you let yourself be killed when this thing goes down violently with thermonuclear destruction, okay? Your tongue is going to be dissolved while you stand on your feet. Let's get it. The book of Zechariah 14, verse 12. Yahweh will bring a terrible disease on all the nation that make war on Jerusalem. Their flesh will rot away while they are still alive. Their eyes and their tongues will rot away, okay? That's talking about thermonuclear destruction hitting this place, destroying it, okay? While they still standing on their feet, okay? That's what this thing's about, okay? And why should you let yourself be killed when this thing goes down, okay? Call upon the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai while you still can, while the doors of mercy are still open. The book of Micah, chapter 2, chapter 7, verse 7. But I will watch for Yahweh, and I will wait confidently for power, who will save me. My power will hear me. Our enemies have no reason to gloat over us. We have fallen out, but we will rise again. We are in darkness now, but Yahweh will give us light. We have sinned against Yahweh, so now we must endure his anger for a while. But in the end, he will defend us and give and right the wrong that has been done to us. He will bring us out to the light, and we will see him save us. Then our enemies who see this will be disgraced. The same enemies who taunt us by asking, "Where is Yahweh your power?" We will see them defeated, trampled down like mud in the streets. Okay, we're gonna see the so-called white man. Okay, and it's a so-called white man and a nigger woman. They the ones that started this that created this cycle of madness. Okay, you could blame the so-called white man and the nigger woman. Okay, for what they done. Okay, they the ones that's caused all the trouble. Okay, among our nation. Okay, they destroyed our nation. Now the so-called white man doesn't need the nigger woman no more. Now he's disbanded her. The book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 2. Yahweh's power tolerates no rivals. He punishes those who oppose him. His anger, he pays them back. Yahweh does not easily become angered, but he is powerful. He will never let the guilty go unpunished, okay? So that's a so-called white man. That's a so-called white man. He is never going to let the wicked go unpunished. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 15, verse 11. And if there be one stiff neck among the people, it is a marvel that he escapes unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judges a man according to what he hath done. The sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated, okay? The book of Psalms, chapter 7, verse 6. Rise in your anger, O Yahweh, stand up against the fury of my enemies. Rouse yourself and help me. Justice is what you demand. Verse 8. You are a judge of all people. Judge in my favor, O Yahweh. You know that I am innocent. You are a judge a righteous power and judge our thoughts and desires. Stop the wickedness of the evildoers and reward those who are good. Power is my protector, and he saves those who obey him. Power is righteous judge and always condemns the wicked. If they do not change their ways, power will sharpen his sword. He bends his bow and makes it ready. He takes up a deadly weapon. Okay, the deadly weapon is what? Thermonuclear destruction. Okay, that's a deadly weapon. Those ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay, a deadly weapon, and aims his burning arrows. Like I said, thermonuclear destruction. Okay, that's to cook this man alive. See how the wicked people thinks up their plans to trouble and practice deceptions, but in their traps they set for others, they themselves get caught. So they are punished by their own evil and are hurt by their own violence. I thank Yahweh for justice, and I sing to the Yahweh the Most High. Hopefully you was edified. I like to give all praises and glory and honor to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.